Welcome to the SSAM Diner. Our blue plate specials today include some harvest turkey chili, some old-fashioned chicken pot pie, and for dessert, we have a banana chocolate chip cake. So come on in, let me find you a seat. Hey guys, hey! Welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Oh, yes, it is. Welcome, 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 or welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by the SSAM Diner. And we are going to have fun tonight. We have count them, three recipes to do. You know, that good old-fashioned home-style diner cooking. Oh, it's going to be so good. But first, how the heck are you anyway? We missed you yesterday. I'm sorry we didn't do our normal live stream. We had the remnants of that hurricane, and we got plummeted like all night long. Really, it was all day and all night long, and the Wi-Fi was real choppy. We felt it would be best maybe to postpone it instead of trying it and having it, have the live stream go in and out and in and out. That's so annoying, right? But never fear, because we're planning on going live a little later in the week, and that'll be from the road. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, okay? Because we have a lot to get to tonight. We sure do. Oh, so actually, why don't we get started right now?
Hi, my name's Steven. I'll be your server this evening. Can I tempt you to our Harvest Turkey Chili?
It is no secret that diners have the best soups, stews, and chilies around, and we have a recipe that is gonna knock your socks off. Today, we're gonna be making some Harvest Turkey Chili, just perfect for the season. Let's get started. Here are the ingredients.
And that would be 1 cup each of chopped onions and chopped celery, and 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 red pepper, all diced up, 4 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 pounds of fresh ground turkey, and then we need 2 cans, that'll be 14 ounces of fire roasted tomatoes, about 4 cups of sweet potatoes, peeled and diced, about 1 to 2 inch cubes, 3 cups of chicken stock, and 1 14-ounce can of black beans, drained and rinsed, and then 4 ounces of fresh spinach, all chopped up. As far as our seasonings, we need 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped oregano, 4 sprigs of thyme, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and salt and pepper to taste.
Okay, so the first thing I did was I browned off that ground turkey with about a pinch of salt and pepper, and then we took it out of the pan and we're just going to set that aside. And then we have our peppers, onions, and celery all sauteing until they're nice and fragrant and starting to soften up a little bit. That'd be about 5 minutes. And to that, we're going to add our garlic and our fresh herbs, oh yeah, and all of our seasonings, like so. Get all that in there. And then we're going to give that a little bit of a stir there, and we're going to let that continue to saute while we stir
for about 1 minute longer. And then we add our sweet potatoes and our fire roasted tomatoes and our chicken broth. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna give that a stir, and then we're gonna bring this up to a boil, and then we're gonna reduce that heat and let it simmer for 25 minutes. And about halfway through that cooking time, oh yeah, we're gonna put our turkey back in. Oh yes, all at once. And we're gonna give that a stir. Oh, now it's coming together, huh? All right, well this has another, about 12 minutes of cooking time left. So let's let it do its thing. Okay, our potatoes are nice and tender, so the only thing left to do now is stir in our fresh spinach and our beans. Oh yeah. So we're just gonna give them a stir in there, and then we're just gonna let this simmer uncovered until it reaches the consistency that you like. It'll thicken up. If you like it a little more, brothy, you can always add a little more broth to it. And then all that's left to do is serve her up. Oh yes, but make sure you remove your little spriggies first, okay? Okay, let's let this cook down a little, and then we're gonna serve it up. Oh, I cannot wait! Oh, goodness gracious! Oh, this smells so delicious! And then let's see here. We're just gonna top it off with some sliced green onions here. Oh, or how about some sour cream, or maybe some cheddar cheese? Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to dig in. Good thing the diner is open. And there you have it, our harvest turkey chili. Ah! Diners. Oh, you know that place where you can get home-style breakfast, lunch, or dinner, like most oftentimes 24/7. Oh, yes, and a lot of them have that 1950s feel, like you're lost in time. And many people think that the classic American diner actually got its start in the 1950s. But that's not the case. As a matter of fact, it was many years earlier. The first diner was started by Walter Scott. Born in 1841, he had established a successful business selling snacks, sandwiches, and coffee off of a cart in Providence, Rhode Island. His cart had an attic success because it was mobile. Now, this idea was very popular and then was capitalized on by T.H. Buckley in 1887, who began creating more complex carts that included cooking equipment, allowing for complete meals to be made and sold. The first stationary diner, well, that was established in 1913. Giving customers not only a place to get a home-cooked hot meal, but a place to sit and enjoy it as well. Today, diners are more popular than ever. They're the kind of place where friendly waitstaff pours bottomless cups of coffee and flips sizzling burgers on a large griddle. Oh, I do love a good diner. I do. How about that turkey chili, huh? Oh, it is so fresh and it's very good. You got to give it a try. And you know what? It's really versatile too, Like for example, you could swap out that the sweet potatoes for pumpkin or butternut squash. Oh, it'd be so good, right? And how about switching up the spinach for kale, or
it's perfect zucchini season, right? Chances are you probably have a ton of zucchini in the fridge from the garden. Mix that in there. It is a harvest chili after all. You can do whatever you want with it. And you know what? It freezes beautifully. It's perfect for freezing too. We froze about 4 portions of it. So, but yeah, you gotta try it. Oh, and also too, now I'm not too much of a hot freak. I mean, even though I'm wearing my spicy t-shirt, right? I don't really like hot foods, but I know some people love their chili like 4-alarm chili. So if you like yours a little bit hotter, all you have to do is add a jalapeno or a poblano or some cayenne pepper to it. Oh, up that heat factor. But anyway, oh my gosh, yes, I do love a good diner. In fact, diners are like one of my favorite places to go. I really love diners, and chances are you probably have a favorite diner of your own, maybe one that brings back a lot of nice memories. Like for me, oh yeah, it's Ritter's Diner in Pittsburgh. Oh, it's a Pittsburgh staple. It's like one of those places where if you visit Pittsburgh, you have to visit Ritter's Diner, you know? It's been around since 1951, and it was that place where we would always go, after school, band or sports practice. You'd go there. I would always order the assorted fruit, what was it called? The assorted fried food fantasy appetizer platter. I always ordered it, loved it. And then, of course, years later, it was the place to go after, hitting the clubs. Oh gosh, back in my younger days. But yeah, you probably have one of your own. I'd love to know it too. So why don't you let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite diner or not? Because I have a feeling this theme, the diner, feeling we'll probably do it again, and I'd love to know what, your favorite diner too. So okay. So we had our first course, so I guess we should get on to our main course. Oh, there's always something cooking at a diner, huh? Either in the oven or on top of the stove. And today, we have a fantastic recipe to share. Good old-fashioned chicken pot pie. Oh yes, and here are the ingredients we need. We're gonna have about 3 cups of cooked chopped chicken, and that you can broil that, bake that, however you want to do it. And then we have 3/4 of a cup each of celery, onion, and carrots. We have a 1/2 cup of butter, and then we have 2 tablespoons of garlic, 3/4 of a cup of flour, 3 cups of chicken broth, and 2 tablespoons of white wine, 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. In addition to that, we have our seasonings here. That would be 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped sage, a few sprigs of thyme, and a couple sprigs of rosemary, and then a 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. And then down there is our egg wash, and that would be 1 egg, and that's mixed up with a few tablespoons of water, and then we just give that a little, Now in addition to this, we're also going to need 1 cup of frozen peas, okay? All right, so the first thing we do, we're going to take our butter and put it in a cooking pan like that, and then we're going to add our veggies. And then we're just going to let that saute down until it's nice and fragrant and the vegetables get to be a little bit soft. That'd be about 5 minutes. So while that's sauteing, we have our oven preheated to 375, and then we're going to put a cookie sheet in the oven so that it heats all up, and that will just help our crust to cook at the bottom. Oh, and speaking of crusts, we're also going to need enough pie dough for 2 9-inch round crusts. Now the first one I have down in my pie pan here, all ready to go, and the second I have all rolled out and on parchment paper, and that's ready to go too. And now we add our garlic and our chicken. And then we're going to stir that and continue to saute until the butter kind of gets soaked in there, about a minute longer. Alright, and now we're going to sprinkle our flour all over the top, just like that. And we're going to continue to stir and cook until all that flour is absorbed by the meat and the veggies. And let it cook there for a little bit, about another minute. All right, and now we're going to add our broth. Ooh, like those sound effects? Okay. And our white wine. And then we're just going to let this heat up. And then as soon as it boils, we're going to add all of our seasonings. All right, now we're going to add all of our seasonings. Now that would be except our rosemary, okay? And we're also going to add our frozen peas, and we're going to give that a little stir there. Get that all incorporated up in there, okay? And then we're going to stir in our heavy cream. Just like that. Okay, and now we're just going to stir this until it's all thoroughly mixed, and we're just going to reduce that heat and let it simmer until it starts to, bubble and start to thicken up, about 5 minutes.
A few moments later.
Okay, now we can 86 that heat. Diner terminology. Okay, all right, and now we're going to ladle this into our pie crust here, and then all we have to do is bake it, right? So we're gonna fill this up with our chicken filling here, and then we're gonna put the top pastry on top of it and crimp the edges. Okay, here we go. A thing of beauty. Okay, so now we gotta vent this. So we're gonna just put 4 little 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll vent that. And this is where egg wash comes in. We're gonna take our egg wash and brush the whole top of our crust. Okay, and then finally, we're gonna sprinkle, with some coarse sea salt all along the edges, on top. Oh, this is gonna be so good, y'all. Okay, and to finish things off, we're just gonna put a couple little sprigs of rosemary right on top. Okay. All right, and now we bake in a 375-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes until our crust is nice and golden brown. Look at that! Looks good. Ooh. And it smells even better. Alright, so we're going to let this cool down for at least 15 minutes before we cut into it, okay? So let's let that do that, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, and then, of course, for a garnish, the signature piece of kale with the little orange slice. Of course, we have to have that. Oh, looks good, doesn't it? It is. It's terrific. And there you have it, our old-fashioned chicken pot pie.
How was dinner? Everything good? Can I tempt you to some chocolate chip banana cake for dessert?
Oh, it's dessert time! Yes, it is. And this is one of my favorite cakes in the whole world. Now, I first had this cake ever at Howley's Diner in Pittsburgh, and they were around for years, but unfortunately they're no longer with us. They closed about 10 years ago. But, I got the recipe for this cake, and that's what we're gonna make today. Y'all, we're gonna make a banana chocolate chip cake. It is to die for. Let's get started. So in this bowl here, we have our dry ingredients. That would be 2 1/4 cups of flour, 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're just gonna give that a little whisk to get that all mixed up. Okay, now over here are our wet ingredients. We have 1 1/2 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of shortening, 2 eggs, 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla, and that, oh yeah, we gotta cream this all together. Just perfect. Okay, now we are going to combine half of our dry mixture to our wet mixture and mix it until it's all mixed together. All right, and now we're going to add, oh yes, about 2 cups of very ripe bananas. That would be about 4 medium-sized bananas, okay? And we always keep ours in the freezer. You know, like when you get bananas and they start to turn brown, I just toss them in the freezer and get them out to make banana chocolate chip cake. So we're gonna add that all at once, just like that, along with 1/4 cup of sour milk. And to do that, we have a 1/4 cup of whole milk and 1/2 teaspoon of white vinegar. And then just give that a little mix there, and that's all you need. And we're gonna add that in there, and we're gonna mix this up until it's nice and creamy. You know, right on, so that's creamy. Okay, and now, yep, you guessed it, we're gonna add the other half of our dry ingredients. And this time, we're gonna mix it together until it's just incorporated. We just don't wanna overmix it too much, okay? Okay, and now, oh yeah, about a cup of semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. Add them right in there, and then all we have to do is just stir that all together. Yum, yum, yum. Can you say yum? Yum. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to scale that batter into two 8-inch round cake pans, which I sprayed with some cooking spray, and then I put some parchment at the bottom there too, okay? Yep, we're just going to divide that equally amongst the 2 baking pans here. And you know what? You can also use a 9x13 if you like. That is, of course, if you don't want to have a nice layer cake, you know. So, all right. And now we're going to bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out nice and clean, okay? Well, you know, it may have a little chocolate on it. That's okay. You just don't want to have any wet batter on it. 1, 2... do your thing. Oh, there we go. Nice, ready to go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to let those stay in the pan for about 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to turn them out and let them cool off completely. So while our cakes are cooling, let's make our frosting. So in this bowl here, I have 3/4 cup of butter, unsalted, and that would be at room temperature. 12 ounces of cream cheese, also at room temperature. 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I'm sure you guessed it, we're gonna cream this all together. To that, we're gonna add a pinch of salt and 1/3 cup of cocoa. And then give that another little mix. Then over here, I have about 5 cups of powdered sugar. And then I have some heavy whipping cream here. We're going to use probably about a 1/4 cup, but we're going to add this gradually. So we're only going to add, add it in thirds. So we're going to add about that much. And we're going to give that a mix. And then I'll see ya in a second. All right. And now with our
blender running, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of our heavy cream, and then add a little more powdered sugar. Okay, and then we're just gonna continue to add our heavy cream and the rest of our powdered sugar and keep mixing after each addition until you get that consistency that you like, okay? Okay, there we go. Now at this point, go ahead, feel free, give your frosting a little taste. You want to add more salt? Add it. You want to add a little more powdered sugar? If you'd like your frosting a little more sweet, go ahead and do it now. But we are just fine, and we're ready to frost our cake, and that's what we're going to do next. Oh, this cake is it's like a cross between a banana bread and like a fluffy cake, you know? It's still dense and moist like a banana bread, but light it's just delicious. Let's get to frosting, okay? All right, so we have our frosting all ready to go. And in this bowl here, I have one banana that I sliced up, and it's soaking in some lemon juice for, about 10 minutes or so. And that'll be the juice for maybe like a quarter or a half of a lemon, you know. And over here, we have our cake ready to go. I went and torted our cake, or leveled it off there. If it's domed a little, you want it to be like flat. And I have our first layer set down here, and that would be cut side down. Make sure you take off your parchment paper. I remember one time I was making a cake at the restaurant, and I forgot to take the parchment off the middle layer. Yeah. Okay, and then we're just gonna do a nice thick layer of frosting for the middle here. All right, and now we're gonna take our bananas and yippers, we're gonna make a whole layer of sliced bananas on our middle layer. All right, and then we're gonna top it with our second layer, cut side down again. Now we're gonna frost the rest of the cake, and before I did that, I took some of my frosting out and I put it in a piping bag with a star tip on it. About maybe a cup or two of frosting. We're gonna use that to make a border all around the bottom of it, okay? So let's get to frosting this baby. For the finishing touch, we got some freeze-dried bananas, and we're just gonna take them and give them a little chop up here. Oh, do you remember when these were all the rage? Freeze-dried everything. Oh my gosh. Ice cream. It was great. Okay. And then we're just gonna sprinkle these just on the edge like that. Looks good. Alright, so now you can keep this in the fridge up to 4 days, no problem at all, okay? And there you have it, our banana chocolate chip cake. Oh my good. Okay, so we'll start with the chicken pot pie. So delicious. I mean, this is great. And you know what? This is another one of those dishes that freezes really well too. You could cut them into portions and individually freeze them, and then just pull them out the night before and let them thaw out in the fridge overnight before you reheat it. So that's that. And I'll just admit it, I completely destroyed the cake. I did. I do like this dessert. So I destroyed it. But another good recipe to have there, you know. Oh, we made so much. We made a whole dinner. We did. It was so good. Oh, I hope you try it. I do. Because I like seeing, I like to see if you do some of the recipes and the crafts and stuff we do here on the channel. It's nice when you send in pictures. So it's really cool. And last week on Mondays with Mark, we did the autumn wreath that turned into the Halloween wreath and the Thanksgiving wreath. And yes, I thank you very much. I'm so happy
you enjoyed it, and a few of you said you were going to make it, so I'm still awaiting those pictures. But I did take it to work and hung it up, and I hung it on that other project we did a few weeks earlier, the chicken wire video, where we made the frame in the chicken wire. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so I really wanted to turn it around to Halloween already, but we'll wait till October. So that's up there too. But oh my gosh, I had such a great time tonight. I really did. And boy, do we have the food to eat. And we better eat it all like really quick because we're going away this week. So we have a little, scheduling update for you. We are leaving Wednesday morning, and we're going to Pittsburgh to see Stevie Nicks Wednesday night. And then the next day, we're traveling still somewhere else. We're not really sure. I do think we're going to come back east and stop in Philly for a night and then maybe head to the beach. But we'll keep you updated on that. But we won't be doing our regular content, but we do have a lot of shorts filmed that we still have to edit, right? But we'll be putting some shorts out through the week, so we didn't want, just leave you with nothing at all there. And we are also going to go live one of the nights from the road somewhere. And of course, we'll keep you updated with community posts and on social media too of what we're doing. So we're really excited to get away. It's been quite the year, and we really hope this will be, a lot of fun, but also a rest too. When to kind of calm down, kind of maybe restart, get ready for the holidays. My favorite time of year is now, autumn all the way through Christmas, and we really want to have we really want it to be nice, both for Steven and I personally, and also here on the channel too. And y'all, when we get back, oh yeah, you know what time it is. Spooky Steve and Marc. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun this year. It is. So anyway, all right, well, I kept you long enough. I think we gotta close down the diner for sure, okay? So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a good time. Definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell too, so you know when we have a new video out, okay? Check us out over on social media. We're on X and Facebook and Instagram, and all of our contact information is right down below. That's our email address and our post office box, and all the information is down there too if you want to snatch yourself one of our Good Vibes t-shirts, with the disco ball. They're pretty cool. We still have a few left, okay? Thank you again, everybody. You have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, everybody. Mwah. Goodness gracious. Oh, this smells so delicious.